I watched one of your furry videos and I enjoyed that one. This was like probably a year ago or so. It like came across my YouTube suggested and it was like the dastardly deeds of the furry community. And I'm like, all right, I gotta see what's going on here. It was darker than I thought.
Are they really?
I thought it was going to be like, oh, they're walking around with mildew in their pants. No, sinister stuff.
So, all right. I love that you have gotten to know the furry community from a normal human being perspective. So I've got some questions, but let me just lay out what I think of them first. I've always thought that it was the most laughable, forgive me, pathetic of all. It's really lame. Like I could understand being a pay pig. Like, you know, I could understand maybe, oh yeah, doo-doo's so dirty. That'd be so gross. You see where I'm going with this, but hang on. Rewind me 3 seconds.
You didn't understand why people like being furries. There are other things you get more on board with.
But then we met our guy in the $50 hangouts that's a furry, and he's got his blue wolf head over there. And before he told me that, I just thought he was a chill dude who's got a cool career. I really like what he does. He works in the movie industry doing special effects and stuff, roughly speaking. And just seems like a nice guy. I like him as a dude, I like hanging out and talking to him. And then he pulls out the blue wolf head. I thought that y'all were like degenerate weirdos, like you know, locked away somewhere barking. But it kind of messed with me a little bit.
A lot of them say it's like not a fetish. I'd say it's probably a fetish like for like 70% of them, or maybe a little more, like a lot. And out of that 70%, it seems to me that like there's a uncomfortably high amount of them that want to have sex with dogs. Not like 70% of furries, but like maybe like 15, which is pretty high.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
If someone told me like 15% of Mormons want dogs, I'd be like, we got to get this under control, fellas. Like we got to shut that down. What are they doing in Utah?
Yeah, the problem is that a lot of them are like, even if they're not a dog personally, they're okay with other people being into that.
Real dogs? Wait a minute. I think I'm just catching.
Yes, we're talking about zoophilia now.
Yeah.
If the dog's big enough, I'm okay with it.
Okay, buddy. there were
you know, it's voluntary, right? If the guy's in a Siberian Husky, a Great Dane, then that dog is down. If the guy's in I don't know, a little Basset Hound, he might be unwilling.
Yeah.
No, this comes back to the fucking veganism thing. You can't be nice to dogs. Don't.
I am being super nice.
No, you're a despicable animal.
I know that dog.
Oh, you can skin them and eat them, but look at you,
neither.
Mr. Hypocrite.
Go for a scary animal.
Part of the problem with furries is like they're just it's like a relatively tight-knit community, and like some of these people are like con organizers and stuff, and they're like embedded in like the business of the furries. So yeah, I mean it's pretty dark. There was one giant expose that came out maybe 5 years ago or something, 4 years ago, that Mr. Medicare covered intensely about this guy named Caro the Wolf, who was like a YouTube guy, furry guy, who ended up I think he was his personal dog for like 9 years. And beyond that, he was friends with people who he was also, I think, roadkill. And then he was friends with people who were a ton of dogs and were like pedophiles and were like molesting children. A bunch of them, someone went to jail. It's pretty horrific.
I wouldn't even want to near
ghoulish.
Yeah. So like what did you ever have to like take little breaks from those videos?
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Where you're like, this is dark. This is entering my soul, stealing little bits of light.
That shit is horrific.
Have you looked into at all how it sort of intersects with the clopper groups, the people who sexualize the My Little Pony stuff? They're sort of tangentially connected. You know,
there's like a web of like this like DeviantArt, and then like Sonic fans maybe, but less so. They're less crazy. And then
Tails.
and then My Little Pony Tails, My Little Pony, and then there's like furries, and like there's some big like Venn diagram you can draw, and then somewhere in there is like the ones that are.
I want to see Knuckles fist tails.
Kyle,
yes.
I'm thinking about this. I have my own answer. I want to know yours though. Let's say you're with a girl, right? You've been with her for some period of time. You and her have an emotional connection.
Can I answer the question before you propose it?
Sure.
Not only is it no, it's not only is it no, but it's
no with prejudice.
That's among being immoral and gross. It's also illegal.
No. I'm talking about furry. You did, maybe I didn't need to.
Oh, sorry.
Right, so this is your girl.
I thought you were proposing
her.
we bring a dog into the relationship, and you.
No. You like her. She likes you. You guys are both sexually and emotionally compatible. And then today, instead of surprising you with the fancy lingerie that you expected, she's dressed like a blue Siberian husky.
All right.
What's your response to this?
What does she want to do? I'd be like, whoa, that looks expensive. Where'd you get it? What's that about? And
she wants to bang.
Okay, Woody, you're my wife now, and you're dressed as a blue Siberian husky. Whoa, honey, that looks expensive. How'd you pay for that?
Woof woof.
It was expensive. I've had it this whole time. I bought it a year and a half ago, and it took me a while to build up the courage to show you this.
But see.
Here I am.
Well, I wish you hadn't.
So all right. So what exactly? Explain the mechanics of this, honey. I'm a little off put by the eyes. I'm going to say, could we put
in the back? There's a flap that comes down, much like an old timey miner's pajamas.
Turn around, show me.
Showing like the way Elmer Fudd's PJs were.
Yes, it's perfect.
Right? Two buttons and it comes on down. Okay.
Damn,
and
all right.
And there's slits here so you can get your hands in. We can have quite the experience. Yep.
So other than that, is this going to be like an every time kind of thing, or is this like third Saturday every month kind of thing? Because
it's just every once, maybe every month. And while we bang, if you could call me a good girl, that'd be hot.
Ooh, all right. I got to partake in the fetish, huh? Yeah, I guess I'm on board. I'll do all that stuff, but
you have to dress up also.
As long as I get to dress up as like a zookeeper, or what I'm really picturing is the guy with the yellow raincoat from Curious George. I'll be like, you're a bad little monkey. Like I could do that. Like
oh yeah. I'm into that too.
Yeah.
I think I would put her in a crate and take her to the pound right away.
Sorry, we have to put this one down. There's no fixing her.
like
smiling.
But if you asked if a girl that I had been dating for like 3 weeks pulled out the same contraption, I would be outie. I would
be a boundary
nah.
you set. No,
I would do it because I want to come back and tell you I did it. But then I'd be like, it turned out. I would be honest. I would be, I didn't enjoy that very much. That was kind of weird. This thing smells, by the way. You're just kind of like in there, like
that's a
the candy. I feel like you're a pinata that I'm not allowed to hit. Like the stuff I want's on the inside, and everything else is paper mache. Like this is awful. I really don't want any more of this. And good day to you, madam. And
yeah,
I would pat her on her muzzle and I'd bounce.
Is that where you land too, Taylor?
That's pretty much where I land. Like I would be unbelievably put off by it, and I agree with you on like the. It's a gift wrapping on something you previously liked, like the naked female body under there, your girlfriend's body. That's what you're interested in, not a undoubtedly mildewy, stinky.
This doesn't accentuate her, and that's what anything she should wear should do.
Even if it's
lingerie or sexy time somehow.
Even if it's a clean outfit, it's like you're dressed like fucking Bluey or like Paw Patrol. Like just I don't.
Now on the other hand, now let's rewind a little bit. She's not a full on like $6,000 suit furry. She's just got some cat ears on and like a tail plug. Then everybody.
Now we're talking.
Right? Or her, her tits are out. She's naked. She's just.
Everybody's down for a cat girl.
Yeah, because it's really just a fucking little head thing. Like that's all there is.
Really I like the tail too.
You like the tail too?
You like it? All right.
That's fine. Whatever. But it's still a woman you're fucking. You're not fucking like a mascot. You're not fucking the Georgia Bulldog.
I'd really be down for, and I've
the
never
Georgia Bulldog. Fuck off.
Yeah, like some elf ears. I could be down for some elf ears too.
Are you a Georgia fan, Tom?
No, I don't give a shit. I just thought it was funny.
Jackie's not a furry. We don't do this. But if she was, I would 100% do this for it. To me is a very small ask. Oh, you want to wear this outfit every once in a while?
Yeah.
Fucking where's mine? I don't like if there's I'm not really into blood or
when he gets into upholstery all of a sudden, look out.
I'm not really into blood or poop. I don't want to be hurt a lot. A little pinch or bite here and there is cool, but I don't want to like be cut or like too big an impact play. I don't want to be wounded. But shit, this is just like dress up. This is. I've said this so many times. If a guy's into feet, ladies, give up your fucking feet. I'm not into feet. I don't understand.
It can't be just dress up. There's a mental thing with them. There's something like that's like a sickness in there's
a reason
mind.
They want to be a dog and not like a pirate. Or
mental thing is nothing. That's imaginary play shit.
It's not imaginary for them. It's very real, and you will respect them.
They're not actually dogs.
No, these
dude,
ones
I would not.
The one Tom's talking about.
Okay, that's an important. That's an important like difference maker. Like Woody's suggesting that our lady suddenly says, "Hey, I want to dress up and play pretend once a month." You're suggesting that the lady we're encountering is like, "No, I am a dog, and when you see me like this is the mask."
Dude, that's what furries say. Furries say they're their true self when they're dressed up like a fucking mastiff.
I don't think the furry I know does. Yeah. I know the same guy Kyle's talking about. And then we had on Your Movie Sucks, who
he's
also
cool.
was a furry. Cool. And I don't think he identifies as a dog. I think it's just a kink.
I don't think he does either. And I know there's this guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he gives me weightlifting advice. He's like a gay jacked furry on Twitter.
Shit, that's scary.
He posts videos of himself in the dog head, like squatting. It's insane.
Zach, find that, Zach.
This guy's another cool one, seemingly.
I like this guy. I'm
not saying they're all bad folks, just that
we need to get rid of them. Yeah.
You know what I bet it is? I bet it's someone who has found like an easy way to date. He's like, look, I put on this fucking dog head and tell him I'm the alpha mutt around here. And I get all the pussy I can handle. You wouldn't believe it. And yeah, they're wearing a silly outfit, but I don't give a shit what they look like anyway. It's pussy all day long. You'd be like, wow,
pussy is such a fucked up word. I don't know if it's this guy, but this is someone.
But yeah,
I can't tell how much he's squatting. I feel like that's strategic. Oh, he's not squatting. Is he doing it behind the back?
He's doing it behind the neck, press? Overhead military press.
All right, that's not safe.
With like 100 that's okay. Maybe I'm like a Neanderthal. I'm like, ooh, he lift heavy. Maybe he have point. Like
Taylor respects his opinion more.
I respect his opinion.
I think that's how you should think about life. Like if somebody is lifting more weight than you, they're automatically better, no matter what terrible actions they've committed.
That's why I take Sam Hyde so seriously.
That's how I choose my certified public accountant.
the big jack guy.
Like, what do you bench, dude?
It's like this goofy little nerd. You're not handling my money. I want a guy who's barely holding it together. He's so trend out, just so vascular. Yeah,
that's so scary. I don't understand.
What? So you think 15% of them are actual like they want to have sex with the German Shepherd?
Yeah,
that's ghastly.
Yeah, it's dark. It sucks.
15%. That's a big old slice.
Probably way less than that have actually done it because they know there's consequences. But yeah, I think 15% of them probably do want to fuck dogs.
Do you remember? I don't know if I think we may have discussed it in our hangout or sometime. I remember talking about it recently with a group of people. But Whitney, Wisconsin. Do you remember her?
Oh yeah, classic leafy subject. She's a girl who fucked dogs.
Yeah, among other things, she was that filthy chick. She would like finger her pussy and walk up to people at Walmart and be like, "Smell my finger."
Oh.
And, yeah,
I fuck dogs. What about it?
She said,
yeah.
You said that verbatim.
Redneck from Wisconsin, dirty, nasty hoe, and she uploaded like porno videos of. I don't know if she uploaded videos of her with animals, but she was definitely always bragging about doing it.
There are videos of her with animals. Yeah, I believe.
I'm not surprised. She would do really gross stuff. Like I said, like fingering her stuff. I would be incensed. Of course, I wouldn't smell a finger that was offered to me unless I was prepared for such a thing. That makes sense, right? Like if a girl walks up to you and tells you to smell her finger, if you smell it, like be prepared for any number of bad things.
Yeah, gonna be straight up furries on there telling you.
Don't get me started on the furries. That's the one thing I have no patience for.
No patience for the furries.
I don't care if you're into feet or if you're into like fucking like jerking off with fistfuls of earthworms. But like if you're if you're dressing up as a blue fucking fox and like opening the like rear hatch or whatever, so that that's so silly to me.
I feel personally attacked by this line of accusation.
Yeah, I've seen your costume. One word: dry cleaner. Okay, you've got to do something about the smell.
I'm not sure that's one word.
One word, Woody. Take your suit to the dry. Please. Yeah, that's disgusting.
No, it's bizarre.
They gotta smell like shit, and they do have ass hatches.
They had FurryCon here in Atlanta, and I was just like watching all the people walking out of there, like wearing their suits in the streets, and it was just like, what? We really are in a bit of a utopia because, like, it seems like this is just asking for a hate crime. There's nobody who wants to do anything about this.
We can't get the Westboro Baptist Church to protest or something out here.
Yeah, like there should be a group of people here like that have an issue with this. Like there's an abortion clinic somewhere with a bunch of yahoos outside of it screaming. If they knew about this, they'd certainly be here.
Oh my god,
they'd have more people on their side.
yeah. You know what? They've got a good point. It's awful. It's so bizarre.
This makes abortion look pretty reasonable. That's what we need. Just push the envelope so far to absurd that people are okay with reasonable.
A few more abortions, they'd be a lot fewer of these fucks. This is gross.
Man, my opinion has never so quickly flipped. That's what you do. Send buses to abortion clinics, ship them off to weird con. I can't believe they had a whole furry con.
Oh, and it was
There's more than one.
Man, can you imagine being the poor guy who's just like serving hot dogs at a kiosk?
Security there or something.
Yeah,
and you're
being
having
security.
like they're taking the hot dogs and putting them in dog bowls for their sub wolf.
Oh, and you know that's happening. Like a lot of people in like spandex with their asses out are being walked around the dirty floor.
Well, you know what? That's different. Well, that's I've been to a couple of questionable.
Yeah, I got no problem with BDSM or kink. I've been to some scary dungeons. Okay, one of them I know Wolf has too. I wasn't gonna put his business out there, but yeah, I don't know, something about when you're dressing up as like not even like real animals at some point when you're like a goddamn unicorn. Like you identify as a fucking unicorn, get the fuck out of here. Like I don't care what you want to identify as long as it actually exists.
See, Kyle's hedging his bets because he knows Wolf is a wolf. He knows the costume. He's seen it.
Oh, I mean, like if you look at those pictures,
really, it's just the unicorn people. As I think about it, they're the weirdos. Wolves, they're cool.
I mean, it's not a new point at all or a new observation, but like everybody who's into that seems to be like if they aren't just someone who's into it for the kink and they identify as something, it's always something cool. They all happen to be wolves, dragons, tigers. Like no one's like I'm a bitch-made animal. I'm a little rat.
Are you talking about the furry scene?
Yeah.
No, it's a whole bunch. I think it's like a whole bunch of weird plush stuff. It's not even like cool wolves or fox. It's like weird.
None of it's cool. Yeah.
No, but I'm saying it's like they're like I don't know how to put this. Like they're like sissy animals. They're like look like anime sissy animals. They're not like they're not like bear outfits.
They have like big eyes, big
they look like anime characters. Like it's really like.
Are you sure they're not? I feel like they're maybe not. I don't know. Taylor's got my mind racing. Like, I could be the only meerkat at the party.
What are you? I'm the only gopher here. Because I like to root around in stinky furry ass.
Zach, just Google FurryCon 2021, and
we're gonna go down this hole,
and pull up that Google Images thing. I'm looking at it now. It's all like safe for work, but it just exemplifies everything that Wolf just said about like the sissy animals and stuff. Like I'm looking at a bunch of pink and purple fucking canine-like creatures.
It's fluorescent stuff.
Like here's like a pink bunny with a green stripe on its head.
Yeah.
Oh, this is pretty scary.
Oh, that one was way too realistic. Did someone bring a collie?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that one. There's a weird juxtaposition. Like the cartoony ones are going to take that normal dog into a room and rape him.
See, go back to the collie. You guys are all like, "Oh, that collie's too realistic." I'm like, that collie's got fat hips. That's a chunky monkey in that costume. I don't want anything to do with that middle one.
Yeah, there's no slim costumes there. It's all plushy, fat stuff like that.
There's a slim one, I think.
They shouldn't have let that lady on the right in. That is not enough commitment to the bit. Just having a tail end. Yeah, that's not fair.
That's crazy.
What is the tail?
You guys ever watched the show Entourage?
Never seen that. No. Do they have furries in it?
It's about like Mark Wahlberg's crew in Hollywood, and it's like him and his boys hang out in Hollywood. Anyways, there's an episode where one of them tricks their friend into a date with this really hot chick, and it turns out she's into furries, and she made him wear a costume every time he came over to get a quickie. And it was just such a weirdest episode. And it was like, at first he was like disgusted by it. It was like, you know what? She's hot. So, you know, but it was
right. Zach clicked away a little bit too quickly, but there was a meme there that said, "Me and the boys heading to FurryCon," and it was just a bunch of tactical weaponry.
Jesus Christ.
It was a bunch of handguns and like an AR-15. That was a little dark.
They're a little too intense in their hatred.
I mean, look, we hate them, but we want to coexist with them. Okay, I'm just laying that out there.
Yes. Let them do their weird shit in the sports off season or wherever they're doing it. You know, and then you.
But you know, they're like a whole bunch of accountants and you know, bookkeepers and.
I don't know why you'd hate fur. I see furries like pot smokers in that. They do their thing and they don't bother anybody else.
How dare you? I feel personally attacked.
You're furry like alcohol drinkers. They cause societal problems. They go drinking. They get belligerent. They're hard to get along with, etc. I meant to say they go driving, not they go drinking. But pot smokers, they don't seem to cause any trouble for the rest of us.
Yeah, but everybody has
Same with furries.
That everyone has their thing that freaks them out. That doesn't freak out other people, right? Like, for instance, I get freaked out by people who can walk in barefoot on grass. I think that's crazy. Yeah,
that is a common normal thing.
Why?
I don't know. It just grosses me. Like I can't go barefoot on grass or most surfaces. It just freaks me out. And I see
barefoot people also don't cause societal problems. I'm okay with that.
Did you like step on a nail as a kid?
There is no logical explanation for it. I just can't do it. I can't. Like even to go to the beach, I wear like surf shoes.
Oh man, that like walking in the sand and walking on the beach. Those are.
Dude, you know how many stuff is in that sand and jellyfish on
syringes?
Yeah, certain beaches. Yeah, totally. But
the ones,
like
one Kyle's hanging out at, he's just tossing them to the wind when he's done.
Yeah, like everybody.
Someone asked how I dispose of my syringe.
I dare somebody to tell me not to throw my L-carnitine syringe.
Someone asked in my Twitch chat, they're like, "What do you do with your empty syringes?" And I'm like, "I just throw them in the fucking trash. Like you cap them and everything, right?" I'm like, I mean, sometimes I'm in a hurry. Like what do you? They're just in there. They're just in there.
I put them in my neighbor's sandbox like everyone else.
They hate it.
They hate it, but they're too weak to stop me.
They don't have any steroids, so what are they going to do about it?
Couple
Hopefully not call my probation officer because then
Jesus,
just hurt him well. Yeah, fuck those.
I'm sure there must be Twitchers who wear furry costumes.
I bet that there must be.
We were trying to get one, not furry costume, but just. Who is the guy?
A lot of them wear the ears and stuff, but I'm sure
who wears what?
Your like investigative journalism, I'll call it. You've done, Caleb, on your channel. What's the most like fucked up person or tale you've studied? Anything that kept you awake at night?
First off, I definitely wouldn't call it investigative journalism. I would say the most bizarre one, though, the biggest, strangest one was probably Daniel Larson, because I made a video about it like 2 years ago or a while ago, and it was kind of not. It was just like a lot of people were like, "You're just making fun of a guy who's got mental illness," and now he's in jail and is a pedophile. So it's like I can do that, right? Yeah. And so I would say Daniel, though, because it's a really long story that I've kept up with, and I've watched him just be literally manipulated by the internet and go to jail. I would say because of the internet. I don't think he's at fault really when it comes down to it. Like obviously, it's past the point of no return. Throw him away. Like he's not going to be a functioning member of society. But I think that the internet 100% had something to do with it, or everything to do with it. And I think that's fucked up.
Yeah, not everyone Not everyone should be online.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people should. Probably the majority of people shouldn't. Like, it's a dangerous, poisonous place.
Yeah.
I would say fine until we started talking to each other. Then it got all fucked up. Like when they let us have a voice, that's when shit got messed up. When it was just like downloading instructions for your hard drive to how to install it, everything was fine.
Everything was fine.
When you just wanted to know the weather, the news, whatever, the internet was fine. And then we started talking to each other, and now it's a mess of misinformation and lies and tricks.
It's like those memes where it's like someone who I think it's like an old 4chan post where it's like, you know, in 1980, some dude's like, I want to fuck toasters. And they're like, you're retarded. Don't fuck a toaster. You're going to ruin your life. And then like do that in 2024. And it's like, I want to fuck toasters. Oh, there's a whole Reddit called toaster fucking. And a bunch of people who are already halfway down this despair hole will encourage you down it as well. It's like there's no breaks for some of this stuff. Pretty scary. Which is definitely a problem. Like, you get more of these like weird maladaptive behaviors when you facilitate entire communities around that. Like furries, for example. Like, you wouldn't have conventions of those people if they just would have been bullied out of it early and often. But now they go to their little spaces and they hang out in their stinky, sweaty mascot uniforms and they take over parks. I haven't actually seen them take over a park, but I've seen pictures of their conventions online, which is a bad thing for me.
I like furries. They seem like nice people, right?
I have no idea. I just picked them because they're an easy group.
Imagine furries to be a really loving, fun-having group. They're not much different than like Star Wars fans or something.
For sure. That's how. Yeah, there's a lot of. I've done a good bit of research on furries as well, and they're pretty nice. I know a lot of them. And I took like a very middle ground approach in spite of me wanting to just relentlessly bully them, just because they're different. And they were very appreciative of me doing that, and they showed how nice they were to me and invited me in their circles. And someone sent me a furry mask and stuff.
So you got laid. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
No, no, unfortunately, it was not worth it.
Do you still have the mask?
I do not. I sent it back.
Oh,
that's a smart move. Yeah. You're furry adjacent, but not one of them.
I'd say I'm furry adjacent. I do have friends that are furries, that are known furries, but I relentlessly bully them though. Still, I'm not like a defender of furries, but I will admit that they are good people.
Do you know what's funny? The only furry for real I've ever talked to and met is the guy from the Hangout, who hasn't been there in a while.
Yeah.
And he's cool as shit. Just a good dude. I like him. It's like 100% of my actual furry interactions have been with a guy that I like.
I remember he had a furry convention coming up, so he got like a little extra lean and fit. I guess he likes to bottom and be, just a lightweight sex toy.
He just likes to be gay, and we say go for it. Take lock and load.
Yeah,
like take lock and load. Absolutely ruin your friend's squirrel outfit with your big loads.
I want to be a furry defender. I imagine myself with a shield, but it's big and blue, like the guy from Monsters Inc. Like with the fur. And...
Sully.
Yeah. Sully. Yeah. Thank you.
What a good movie that was.
That's what a furry defender would have. Movie. Oh, Boogie! It's been a hot second.
It's been a hot second, huh?
We lost Taylor. And
Oh, we lost Taylor like during the ad read?
Yeah, I had to fill in for him, I guess. It's been a hot second, Boogie.
Well, I haven't seen Taylor in a hot second either. How you been, man? How you guys been?
Good. Yeah.
Surviving the terrible year that is 2018?
Has it been bad for you?
Oh, God, it's been the worst. Oh,
what could have possibly happened?
Yeah.
Everything. I came out as a furry. That didn't go over well.
Yeah. You're okay with me. For people who say the cameras are messed up right now, hang on. I expect Taylor to come right back.
Yeah, he's just his PC crashed. He's rebooting. He'll be right back. Yeah, Boogie. I asked you before the show started because we don't like to ambush people here or anything.
Oh, right. Of course.
We're not fucking Barbara Walters over here being cunty. But like the most recent thing I'd seen about you or of you was someone linked me this clip. I think you were with Mr. Mediker, and I don't remember the exact context, but basically you said like, well, yeah, I'm a furry. I like getting pegged.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
And I'm a homosexual now.
Right.
And so people would come to me and be like, can you believe Boogie's a gay, furry,
pedophile. I think it was one of the things that'd be called. Really. Yeah, I'd be like,
what's a pederast?
It's just a dirty word I made up. No, it's a real word. I don't know the exact definition of it.
Okay.
I think maybe it's someone who buggers small children. In any case, I would always defend you. I'd be like, look, if I'm not a furry, but I defend furry rights.
Okay, number one, you wouldn't have to. Okay, even if I was gay, I'm a little bit gay. We've all talked about that. I've like kissed dudes and shit. I'm a little bit gay. I'm not, like,
there's a
on,
spectrum of gayness, right?
Right, I'm only like
a little
10%.
gay.
Okay,
yeah, but if I was full on,
right
like,
there, please.
Yeah.
Where on this? Let's imagine this spectrum, this pH scale, if you will, that goes from like baking soda to battery acid. Battery acid being very gay, and baking soda just being.
Fuck? Why can't we go negative 10 to 10?
What scale is this?
Are we going from? Is it red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet
to milk?
what scale do we use?
Like about 1 to 10.
All right, on the scale from Clint Eastwood, from like Clint Eastwood to. Who was the interior decorating guy? Or to Liberace. From Clint Eastwood to Liberace on that scale. All right? Clint Eastwood being as straight as you can be and Liberace being as gay as you can be. Mm-hmm. Where is someone who occasionally kisses dudes as you claim to be?
Probably in like the Rock category. Like
The Rock?
The Rock?
Like a skirt every once in a while and be in a kid's movie and shit, right? So probably that level of gay.
Well, you picked a little kind of gay as The Rock.
Yeah, he's a little gay, right? He's been like in the kids movies where he dresses up like a fairy and shit or whatever, puts on like the tutu and stuff.
And movie called The Tooth Fairy, and the whole point was that he was a badass tooth fairy who you don't want to fuck with.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like I think I'm mostly masculine, but I'm only a little bit I've kissed a couple dudes, whatever.
At no point did I ever see The Rock jump in the ring with Bret Michaels and be like, "Can you smell and taste?"
I mean, I would be. Would you think less of The Rock if he turned out as yeah? Sometimes I fuck dudes. Would that make him less manly?
Of him? No.
Would it make him less manly to you?
Less straight, because that's what we're talking about.
Let me ask you a really serious question. Is there anything more manly than a dude fucking another dude? That's the manliest thing there is. It's just two men going at it. That's so manly.
I've heard this line of thinking before. It makes sense. Yeah. There's a lot of logic in that, right? Like if you're fucking girls, what could be more than that, right? They're soft and squishy and weak, right? What's hard about fucking women? Nothing.
Again, right? We're not talking about manliness. We're talking about straightness. We're talking about masculinity.
You and your logic.
To answer your question. I knew the audience I was going in front of. That was the Kill Report that I was on that night. And the Kill Report constantly trolls me. Ralph fucking hates me. Those guys fucking hate me over there. So when I went on there that night, talking about that whole BetterHelp shit, I was just giving them ammo. I was just giving them something to play with, right? Because they perpetrate all of the other misnomers, that my ex-wife left me for my gay black friend or something, and that I got cucked and all these other the memes, the stuff that's not actually true about me, but people pretend is true. And so I was like, well, all right, I'll tell them I'm furry. I'm telling them I like to get pegged. I'll just say some stupid shit, and that'll be the new thing that people say.
Well, unfortunately,
can I ask this question, Kyle? Boogie.
Yeah.
If you had to have sex with men, name your top 3.
Ooh.
I'd like to know about your type.
Clearly The Rock. I think The Rock would definitely be in there.
Yeah, I already got that.
Yeah.
We could tell your admiration.
So I should probably find somebody who's not just all muscularly and super sexy. But for The Rock, it's mostly personality, right? He's a good looking dude.
You like his smile?
Yeah, I think it's an eye thing or whatever. I think then Ben Folds, I think he's very talented. He's kind of nerdy and geeky, and I feel like he'd give her a really good hand job. I feel like, I don't know. I don't want any of these guys inside me. I think I would want to be inside them. I'm pretty sure I'm top.
What about Ian McKellen? Because I feel like you could be behind him enjoying yourself, and he could just regale you with some amazing industry stories. He could talk about his friendship with Patrick Stewart and what it was like working on the X-Men films.
Ooh, see, he's a little old for me, but I would let Patrick Stewart blow me.
I think Patrick Stewart's very straight. Although that's not a qualifier for this list.
Ian,
right,
whatever.
Yeah, this is who I would have sex with. It don't have to be gay, right?
Is Ian McKellen going to be there in the corner, helping himself?
Narrating it. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Nice, yeah.
Dude, if you got Patrick Stewart there, you don't need Ian McKellen. He can't
narrate it with his mouth full.
So I was chatting to the people watching, but so we got The Rock, Patrick Stewart, and was there another one I missed?
Ben Folds.
Ben Folds. I don't know.
But I didn't say he's the one who volunteered Patrick Stewart. I did not pick Patrick Stewart.
Okay.
John Hamm. That would be my third.
Oh, yeah, the Mad Men dude.
So good looking, so funny. He's just great sense of humor. And I don't know. I mean, I just like to spend some time with him. I also would put Tom Hanks in there. And I don't think Tom Hanks would be into me. But Tom Hanks, like, have you ever seen Philadelphia? Yes. I would suck Tom Hanks off just for starring in Philadelphia.
So age,
not Tom his Hanks. Best look. Yeah. Most people.
I'm just saying, like, that movie was
have
so
you ever seen Tom Hanks, like, at his lowest in The Castaway? Oh, I'd suck him off.
Well, okay, The Castaway was another one of those movies that got me so emotionally. Like, if I ever met Tom Hanks and Tom Hanks is like, would you suck my dick? I'd be like, yeah, of course, whatever, man. You're Tom Hanks. Like, you're one of the nicest guys. Let me blow you. I don't give a shit. Like, is that a problem to suck a dick occasionally because you really enjoy somebody's movies? If that makes me a little bit gay, then I'm a little bit gay.
It's just a
now,
service.
as for the furry thing, I do not own a fursuit. I do not have a fursona.
Could afford one, frankly. I mean, that'd be an enormous suit.
Yeah, it'd be a huge. Well, that's a lot smaller these days, but still, it'd be a 5X these days.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I've always been accused of it because my name on EverQuest was Uberwolf.
Exactly.
And everybody, so that was the other thing. I'm just going to roll with the punches, right?
Oh, that's why they think you're a furry.
Right.
Well, that's part of why it seems believable, is because his persona has been Uberwolf this whole time. Even when he joined, when I see a screen name on anything, it's Uberwolf. And I'm like, that makes perfect sense. He's been role-playing, fantasize. When you're online, you're sort of role-playing to some extent. So he's always a blue wolf. I've
always leaned into this shit too. Like, if you go back and look at, like, they used to call me a brony when that was a thing. So I made a video pretending that Francis is a brony. I think Todd Howard really did this really well at E3 this year. Lean into the meme. Let him have it, right? It's not true. It's all made up bullshit. Pretend my wife cucked me. Pretend she screwed some black stud. Pretend I'm a brony. Pretend I'm whatever. Let him have it, right? Like, it gives him some sort of
nothing wrong with being a brony either.
There's nothing wrong.
That's a 180. We went in so hard on the bronies on this show.
I'm sorry, Woody. I have to correct you. It's the bronies are A-okay with me. It's the cloppers that are the weird ones. Those are the ones who sexualize
the
My Little Pony.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, those are the ones who put like pocket pussies inside of the rear of a My Little Pony doll. So it's got like a vagina in the back. That
if you want to fuck an anthropomorphic doll made for children, little girls rather, you go for it. Because that's freedom, Kyle. This is America. And if you want to fuck things that are tacitly reminiscent of pedophilia, go for it.
I ain't kink shaming nothing until you harm another person, and then I'm not into it. But if you want to fuck a pink fleshlight strapped into a child's toy, I don't give a shit. Go for it. That's fine. If you fuck a child, I'll break your dick. But up to that point. Oh no! Like, I'll fucking cut it off with a hammer. I'll smash it shit with a hammer. I'll break it.
Cut it off with a hammer.
Yeah,
it's gonna take some time.
It's gonna take some time, but it's worth it.
I'll use the claw.
He's willing to put in the hours to castrate pedophiles.
How young is Too Young Boogie?
Do what?
How young is Too Young Boogie? Gotta know.
So that's interesting. Because I've gone out with a few girls who are kind of young, 20-year-olds since the divorce. So it's been nice. But I think Too Young is age of consent. I think. If they're not in the age of consent in at least your region, you're definitely breaking the law, and that alone is punishable. But I honestly can't imagine wanting
lawmakers determine your morality.
No, see,
I
here's
think
what
that's
I'm saying.
wrong. I think you need to make a decision on your own.
Let me take another step. Let me take another step. Dating a 20-year-old, even just going out one time with a 20-year-old is hard enough. I can't imagine a fucking 18-year-old. And I think the age of consent in Arkansas might actually be less than 18. I know in some state it's 16. What the fuck do you have in common with a 16-year-old if you're in your 20s or your 30s? God bless your 40s. A 20-year-old girl is hard enough to date because they only know 3 things and they're wrong about all 3 of them. Okay?
Go on.
They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. There's this one girl I was seeing.
You didn't have the 3 things pre-selected. I thought you did.
No.
First, let's dive into automotive repair.
There's one girl. She came to me and she's like, I keep getting hit with overdraft fees on my bank account, and I'm like, then turn off overdraft protection on that bank account, and you won't have to pay the fees. And she's like, you can't do that. I'm like, no, they have to let you do that. Let me show you. She goes, no, Bank of America will not let you do that. I'm like, no, they absolutely will. Let me show you. I Googled it on my phone. I brought it up. All you got to do is tell them it's a federal law. They have to let you turn off overdraft protection. She's like, yes, but what if I need to overdraft? And I'm like, then don't. then
yeah,
don't
I'm on her
need it.
team with this because overdraft fees are much cheaper than non-sufficient fund fees.
No, there's 45 fucking bucks for her overdraft fee. She was getting hit, and she got hit with 10 of them. So it's 450 bucks, which she was only earning like $1,800 a month.
What happened to a little? I would have to be like, how about this? How about a little personal responsibility? And like maybe you just balance your checkbook.
Right. Well, that's the argument. She's like, sometimes I have to spend money I don't have, so I have to write bad checks.
That's what a credit card's for.
I have to write bad checks. I'm also looking to buy a home soon.
How many years old are you? Like, none of the things you're saying make sense. And she wasn't unintelligent. She had intelligence. She just didn't have life experience.
But if you scrolled through her purchasing history and her bank account statement, like, there's no way you're going to be like, well, yeah, she was buying milk, flour, and vitamins to make energy balls. She was being very efficient with her,
it's all like
meals
dildos
there.
off
It's like,
Amazon.
No,
and
this is a $60
Starbucks.
horse dildo. You needed that Qdoba burrito with double meat that we both know you probably didn't finish, and you needed guac in it. Like, nah, I don't.
I'm sitting here thinking, did I teach Hope about overdraft fees? I don't think so. I think I just buy all her shit for her.
Dude,
I'm failing as a parent.
You're only failing if Hope does have to worry about overdraft fees.
I don't know.
No, that's a much more positive way to paint it. From what it's like.
So the point that I'm making is if I could date a 16-year-old girl, I don't think I'd be very physically attracted to a 16-year-old girl. But let's imagine I found a really hot 16-year-old girl.
Right ones.
I couldn't fucking talk to her. What the fuck are we going to talk about? What it's like to argue with your mom? What do we have in common? Jesus Christ, you know?
Yeah, but they'd be so young that they would like immediately adopt whatever your beliefs were. They'd be like, I hate that. You know, video games are dumb and for man children. You'd be like, not at all. I've actually made a career from it. She'd be like, you know what? I hadn't considered that. You're right. Like immediately, you'd have her on your side with everything. It'd be easy as fuck. You'd be like a little, you know. And I'm also a little put off by your statement. Just wait for the age of consent, because you know who else believed that?
God,
yeah, it's fine. You just wait until age of consent. In 8 years, Boogie 2988 will back me up.
It's so 2018 in this podcast. Holy shit. This year, man. This is the year of got you. It started with like Me Too, which was great. I was all into like Me Too the fuck out of everybody, right? But then like it's all like just got you everything.
That
everything
sounds a little rapey in the wrong
that.
context. So you want to Me Too the fuck out of everyone?
No, I'm saying like if there are fucking actual sexual predators out there, fuck them, take them down. Like hashtag
like
Me Too,
that.
right?
Like when a guy like Spacey gets
No, don't go down on them. Don't go down on them. Take them down. It's different.
Fuck them. Go down on them if there's sexual predators out there. Like, oh, that'll teach them.
Like now we're getting like fucking H3 for. I saw a video about Ethan from H3
I'm gonna
in
suck
this
your dick
podcast.
until you stop fucking kids. That's what I'm imagining. You're like, go. That's a new thing that 4chan needs to start. Is like, hey, save a child, go down on a pedophile. You know, every orgasm you give a pedophile is a child.
There's some real logic to that. Holy shit! Holy
genius, Taylor.
This country, go down on a pedophile.
Yeah.
Oh, you're too good to suck a rapist's dick.
Oh,
you'd be on your knees thinking about all the painful, bloody strokes you were saving a young child's from.
Oh my god, Taylor! That's funny though.
Right now.
This podcast never fails to offend me, and I'm so thankful. Oh shit!
Oh, I'm not like this all day. Like,
no, it's just when we come on here. It was
dude, regular life Taylor is a way better person than once a week.
I mean, dude was a shitty painter. Can we at least say that?
Adolf? Yeah.
You know,
that actually like parlays into something. I even wrote it down because I wanted to ask you. You've poked and prodded and trolled so many different groups and subsections and communities on the internet. What was the biggest shit fit that any of them threw? Because I'm sure there were some that you poked at and were like, I don't really care. But there have to be one or a couple where you were blown away by how pissed or how much they tried to do to get back at you.
Shit. You're going over like 8 years of screwing around on the internet here.
I know, sorry, putting you on the spot.
If I had to pin it down to the group that really got the angriest, I would say it would be the adult baby diaper lovers.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adult baby diaper lovers, diaper furs, didn't like getting laughed at. I had people that presented themselves as gay bears, like in a bear suit, saying they were going to show up at my house and shoot me with a shotgun because I laughed.
In the bear suit.
In the bear suit, yeah. Big gay bear showing up at your front door with a shotgun is a hell of an image in your head. And they got angry at me for that because there was a particular person in their community who flagged a couple of my videos making fun of them. YouTube reversed it because there wasn't anything violating terms of service in the videos, but they didn't like the videos and where they were going because this person in particular bragged on their social media accounts and on forums they'd been on that they were defrauding the government, that they were using their fetish and saying that it was actually a medical condition, so they'd give them disability. When in
they were medically a furry or a baby diaper lover or whatever?
Yeah, here's the thing. So they would wear the diapers to fetish role play, but they told the government, I need to wear the diapers because I'm incontinent. So they'd get the disability money. So the government would pay for their kinky sex. And I found the evidence of that, and they were very upset about that. So that I think is what sparked the community to get angry.
Howard Stern did a whole thing on the adult baby diaper wearing people. I guess they have conventions, where I'm not exaggerating. They fill up these halls with like-minded individuals, and I think there are two sides to the coin. There are the daddies and the babies, right? So, or at least in the one that I was looking, the particular thing that they were looking into, what the fetish was that you had a grown man who was the baby and he would be in a diaper, and you had a grown man who was the daddy and he would be changing the diaper. And there were two variants even still of the babies. There were those who pooped in the diapers and those who only peed in the diapers. And their fantasies were
fuck?
Yeah, and they had different
right.
They had different role play going on. Some of the gentlemen who would play the baby role would take on the role of a toddler, like a 3-year-old. And they had a mental idea of what they were. They were questioned by a Howard Stern staffer, like, well, how old are you in make-believe terms? And like, well, sometimes I'm like 8 months old and I can't even talk. I can't even tell him what I want. But sometimes I'm like a 4-year-old, so I can kind of talk to him in baby garble and tell him what I want him to do. And if I'm naughty, he'll make me sit in my poopy diaper. And they're just going back and forth with all this madness. It's hilarious because one of the Howard Stern staffers is there with a microphone asking the hard-hitting questions of these baby diaper aficionados. It's fucking great. And then of course the cloppers, the people who were into I think they're similar to bronies, cloppers.
Yeah, the My Little Pony people. Yeah,
okay. Cloppers are like My Little Pony people who sexualize it, I believe.
Yeah.
Although there's different subsects of each of these.
It's not weird enough that you're really into this little girl's cartoon. You have to want to fuck the pony too.
Yes, they sexualize the ponies, and I gotta say,
this is why we need fathers in the home.
And not fathers wearing diapers, preferably. Yeah, it's disturbing. I remember.
Wait, Kyle, real quick, can I ask? The diaper thing. Jim probably knows too. Is the fetish for them that they enjoy sitting in their own poop and whatnot and being treated like a baby, or are they like being stripped down, baby wiped off, and then being fucked as they're role playing? Like
it's twofold, I think. I mean, I think you have the people that just like the idea of being in a diaper and shitting themselves, but I think the majority would fall into the little category, which are the people that want to role play as a little baby or a toddler, and then sexualize it with their partner, which gets even weirder. Like ABDL had some, and a lot of the sites I cover are public ones. Like if I mentioned DeviantArt, you'd think it's just a bunch of like people drawing Sonic shit or something like that. But you go there and you start seeing all of this stuff, and you take off the adult filter, where they'll show you everything that's on the site, and you're like, holy crap, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I watched your Sonic video on DeviantArt, which, by the way, thank you for introducing me to DeviantArt. I knew what it was, but I'd never gone over there because I thought it was just people like posting like their cool wallpapers or something. Yeah. And so when I saw your DeviantArt series, and it was like, Sonic, what could be, weird about that? And then it's like Sonic wanting to be like fucked and then eaten by Tails or something like that. It was a little macabre, but it was like, God, I need to go poke around this site. And so I did, and I found Vor, which I'm sure you know what that is. Well, if you made one of those, I didn't see it. But
there's so much of it. I mean, the thing that got me into the DeviantArt series was we're trying to find the most absurd stuff. And there's one guy, I think the username was Blueberry Bitches. And it's a guy that wants to have a bike pump shoved up his ass, and he paints himself purple because he wants to be a living blueberry.
like in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, there's so much chocolate. You know, this is like an old German fuck.
And I was like, that's too good to pass up. So I did a video on that. And then I started looking at the other stuff, and I was like, yeah, you know, there's a lot of material to work with here for this particular community.
Oh, I think I saw that one too. So I've been binging your videos. Is that the one where like it's like those really like semi-erotic videos of like a woman like standing in a garage and suddenly like her hands explode into wheels and she's like, what's happening to me? And she just like turns into a VW Bug or some shit. Like, yeah, and then like some other dude will walk in and like fuck her in the tailpipe. Maybe I made that part up.
Yeah, the transformation videos. Yeah, there's some really weird shit on the website. And that's the thing. I mean, DeviantArt's been like that forever. We used to do articles about it back in 2012, 2013 for DeviantArt Coalition for Quality Control, laughing at it. I mean, it's consistently weird.
Where do we draw the line? And this is a serious question to the group here. Where did we draw the line with accepting these fetishes? But all right, so we had just remind me, who was the furry guest we had? It was Your Movie Sucks, right? Or something like that. Yeah, his channel's called Your Movie Sucks. He does film reviews. He's a furry, a gay furry at that. I was okay. I was like, all right, you know, cool. I got no problem with that. I accept your
fetish. We all have our things.
We all have our things, right? Like you're telling me that you like to dress up as a blue dog and have another man dress up as a blue dog and you two get it on. Nobody's getting hurt. I mean, unless they wanted to. And you know, like, I mean, maybe the dry cleaner gets a little extra business, you know, right? If somebody's got to clean those costumes off at the end of the day.
Koreans love furries.
Your fetish. It's not mine. But I can sort of understand it because, you know, I like when girls wear lingerie, right? Like you're not that far off from that if you're dressing. Like I kind of like those dirty pictures on Reddit.
Don't pretend like that's not super far off.
What about when the girls have like the little like bunny ears on and they're like, ooh, 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 like being all cutesy.
And then like the rest of the bunny outfit.
When they use the black lipstick and make the nose. Just me?
It's not like,
you just kind of like nibble on your dick like it's one of those watering spigots.
I just feed her carrots all day. No, like what I'm saying is like I'm accepting of that. I don't quite get it, but I'm fine with it. Like where do we draw the line though?
Lead the way with what where you think the line is.
Well, I've got to say like certainly when anyone like pedophilia is obviously a line that I think we can all agree upon because there's a participant there, if you can call the child that, who is either unwilling or unable to make the decision to be unwilling because of immaturity. So that's a clear line. But beyond that, I mean, we've all said that we think bestiality is okay as long as the animal is doing the fucking.
Or big enough to refuse the fucking.
Or if the animal is large enough to refuse said fucking.
If you are fucking a chicken wildly inappropriate, you should go to jail. That chicken can't escape.
But if
you are fucking a tiger or a moose or something on a moose on a step stool, whatever the fuck you'd have to do, like that moose at any point can go, I'm not feeling this, and kill you. So I think that's a risk you take.
You show me the man who fucked a Bengal tiger in the pussy, and I want to shake his hand.
Yeah. That tiger, he must be pretty good.
Are you familiar with Mr. Hands at all, by the way?
Oh, the guy who got fucked to death by the horse. Like, that's old internet.
Yeah. So Mr. Hands was a dude that went to a farm because he wanted to get fucked by a stallion. But his buddies, I guess, didn't think it through. Nobody really thought, well, wait a minute, if it's like a 2-foot horse cock and, you know, how far are your organs inside of you? So he got like everything torn apart.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to do because this horse ranch catered to gay men getting fucked by horses. So they didn't want to call an ambulance. So they just dropped him off at the ER, rang the doorbell and took off, and he died from his injuries.
Wait, did this guy have like a lightweight intestine? If there's a horse farm that caters to gay men getting fucked in the ass, was this guy just not good at getting fucked?
Well, no, there's a video of this, by the way.
Dude, but there's like, it's not just you're getting fucked by a horse cock. You're getting fucked by the power of a horse.
Yeah.
We've used them for centuries to tow and do things
about a horsepower.
Yeah, it's 1 horsepower of cock.
It's actually 2, to be fair, but that doesn't matter.
Okay, it's 2 horsepower of cock pummeling your asshole, and then your colon, and then your intestines, and then just the rest.
I just feel like if there's a farm that caters to gay men getting fucked by horses, and one guy got hurt, what's with the one guy?
You don't think they had an OSHA representative there earlier in the day to go, hey, this cock isn't regulation.
Apparently these other people are doing it, and there isn't any trouble. What's different about this guy? Is he small?
No, I can tell you. It's fucking sad that I know this, but I remember when this video was being passed around and the explanation that was offered for it. From what I understand, they were supposed to have a helper that was supposed to use their hands to create like a buffer. A buffer.
Yeah, a little collar.
Yeah, a little collar to make sure he didn't go full bore. But this guy's like, fuck it, I want the whole thing. And there's a moment when this is happening after the horse is fully inside of him where you hear him make this kind of grunt that no person should ever make. Where it's like the grunt of, I've made a serious fucking mistake and something is very badly injured. But nobody could get the horse off him because the horse is going full bore on it. So after the horse finished up, they carted him off the ER, dropped him at the door, and said, "Nice day to you, sir."
Well, they couldn't get the horse off him? Like he didn't respond to a slap on the ass?
I don't know if you should be... Well,
one of those riding whips?
Well, remember, it's a gay horse because it's at the gay bar fucking all these men.
What if hitting him with that crop on either side just sped him up?
I don't know if they had like a cowboy on hand to come tame him when he's fucking somebody hard.
Why would you, if you're running a gay horse farm, why would you rely on an assistant to put their hands there? Like, you know how when you're going to the gym and you slide that thing onto it to hold the weights on? Get a couple of those, slide them on there, and you're not going to have a problem. God, if I ran a gay horse farm, we would have no liability problem.
He was not thinking of the logistics, but that was a brutal fucking video.
That's rough. That's rough. I mean, yeah, he was asking for it though. Like that's the kind of thing. Like when someone's like, you know, when you go to get fucked by a horse and you die, you kind of have a hard time feeling sorry for him because he went to go get fucked by a horse and he died. It's like
he knew.
Like, if any of us were standing there, we'd be like, hey, it's gonna kill you.
This, you see, that is why and I'm just speaking for me, cut it off at donkeys and ponies.
Ponies. You want a pony.
Mm-hmm. Horses, too much.
I think.
Well, this wasn't like a little horse either. Like, this is a big, bad motherfucking stallion. Like, he was going for the top of the line on this one.
You really want to get fucked by a donkey or something.
Like a breeding stallion.